Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would share with you my big baby buys. And what I mean by big is big in size and big in expense. So these are my top big ticket items that I have had this time around. If you're new to my channel, hello, I'm Emily. I'm a mum of 3 and I post 3 videos a week, and I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. And I also just wanted to say that this video is not sponsored in any way. Every item you're about to see, I have spent all of my own hard-earned money on. So these are literally my favorites, and I will link them all in the description. So babies can be expensive, and when I was a first-time mum, I was overwhelmed by all of the things that people and brands said that I needed. I am now on baby number 3, and I feel like I have learned a lot in those pregnancies, so I wanted to share my experience with you. Right, so I'm gonna start out with where your baby's going to sleep and the crib that we have had for all 3 of my sons. It's a very simple white IKEA crib. When I had my first son Fraser, we really did not have very much money, so I needed to keep things low cost. So it's a really simple crib that then converts to a toddler bed, so I thought that that would last us at least 4 or 5 years. Although I must admit it's never actually been converted to a bed, because once one is ready for it to be a toddler bed, I'm always having another baby. But it's really good quality, and while it was a very cheap frame, I focused on spending a big part of the budget on the mattress, because I thought, well, that's where our baby's actually going to sleep. So while I couldn't afford loads, I bought the most expensive mattress, the most breathable, the most comfy, the most everything. This time around as well, we've also had a snooze pod, which is a smaller crib that attaches to the side of the bed, and your baby can be in that for the first 6 months, and I loved it. It's really convenient for breastfeeding, or if you were to have a cesarean section. I think it's really simple to have your baby right there next to you. You can see exactly what they're doing. I've really enjoyed it, but I would say that the crib is an essential, and that the snooze pod is maybe a bit more of a luxury, because obviously the snooze pod is only going to last you for about 6 months depending on how big your baby is. So if you can't afford both of those things, I think just go for the whole crib. And one more item to do with sleep that I wanted to talk to you about is the sleepy head. This is basically a place for your baby to sleep, and it mimics the feeling of being in the womb, so they feel secure with all of this all around them. And I found that my baby slept really well in it. I liked it because I could put it in between me and my husband in bed, and they could co-sleep with us, or you can bring it downstairs in the early days for little naps and things like that. And I found that Jackson did sleep really well in this. So while this is a luxury, it's definitely an item that I have loved, and that I would totally recommend like putting on your baby shower list and getting family members to get it for you. Next, I wanted to talk about what baby monitor we chose. Obviously a baby monitor is an essential. You're going to need one of some kind, but I chose the Angel Care monitor because it has a pad that goes under your baby's mattress and monitors their breathing and movement. So if your baby didn't move or breathe for 20 seconds, an alarm will go off. And I also chose the one that has a video option, so that while I'm downstairs, I can actually see into my baby's bed, see if his arm is stuck through the crib, things like that. So I've really liked having that, but you can get it without the video feature, which makes it a lot more reasonable in price. Next up, let's talk about what buggy or pram or stroller that we chose. I was completely overwhelmed when we started looking at buggies, not only at the range of buggies that there is, but also at the price. I was like, this is like buying an actual car. It's so expensive. Everything just seemed to be like £1,000, and I couldn't afford that with our first son. So we were lucky enough to actually be given a second-hand Bugaboo Chameleon with Fraser, and I used that with Fraser and also with Caleb. You can get so many good second-hand buggies on eBay or Facebook groups. Don't be too proud to get a second-hand buggy, because it's a huge expense. And what I did was I got that buggy, and then I bought like a new Bugaboo cover for it, so you can get all of the material parts on it. Take it all off and wash it. There's even stores where you can get like spare parts, spare tires if things are worn out. So this time round, I got the Bugaboo B3, I think it is. So it's a smaller buggy. It's the only umbrella buggy that Bugaboo do, I believe, but you can also get this really nice like cocoon part that goes on the top, so that when your baby is a newborn and they need to lay flat, it's a really cozy little like cocoon, and it's something that they didn't used to make before my 3rd baby. So it's really nice. What I liked most about this buggy is that it's small, it fits in our boot. Yeah, I really like the sunshade on this as well. It has a zip that you can undo and then it can completely cover your baby. I also like that it reclines all the way back and that it can be forward facing or rear facing. I know some people feel that this buggy is a bit too low to the ground, but I just really like it. I've got on with it really, really well. And another essential is your car seat, and you need to get this before your baby's even here because you need to bring them home from the hospital in something. So this time around we have had the Doona car seat and the Doona car seat base. This is the only car seat that has the wheels attached to it. So they literally just clip down or clip up. I have found it so great and easy to use, especially because I have older children and I'm doing the school run all of the time. It's perfect for things like that or little trips out. But I've really loved it. I've done an in-depth car seat review video, so I will link that down below if you're interested in finding out more about that car seat. Next up, you'll need somewhere for your baby to eat, and I would say that a high chair is an essential. And I've tried about 4 or 5 different high chairs over the years, and my favorite one by far is the IKEA high chair, which costs a grand total of £15. It's the one you see in all of the restaurants, and I have loved it because it's just simple, it's white, it's the easiest one to clean, and you can even get a comfy little cushion to go in when your baby is very small. But I just think you can't go wrong with it. You can take the legs off and pop it in the car if you're going over to someone's house for Sunday lunch or they don't have a high chair. You could take it to Center Parks with you, you could take it away with you. I just love it. Next up, you'll need a changing table or somewhere to change your baby's nappies or diapers. I have actually never had a proper changing table. We've just used an IKEA set of drawers. To be honest, I wouldn't necessarily spend the money on getting a specific changing table because my son Jackson is already 8 months old and I'm finding that I'm changing him on the floor all the time because he's just rolling around and wriggling and sitting up. There's almost no point in having him on the changing table anymore. My next essential is a good feeding chair, and I think I underestimated how important this is with my first son. I didn't get one and I thought I would just feed him in my bed. But basically, feeding is very physically demanding and you have to get in different positions and it can be quite uncomfortable, and it's just so nice to have a proper chair to do it in. I just got one from IKEA because I really liked the height of the arms for feeding and it was very comfortable, but you can get really fancy ones, but again, you don't have to. It's just so nice for you to have somewhere to sit and feed them or read books with them, or if they're having a terrible night teething or they're ill, it's a nice place for you to sit and comfort them. Next up, I would recommend getting a baby bouncer, which is basically just a little chair that kind of sits on the floor that you can pop your baby into. We had just a really lightweight one and I liked it because it was very easy for me to pick up one-handed and take it to the shower with me if I wanted to have a shower and put my baby in and he could just watch me, or bring it to the kitchen or bring it to the living room. It was simple to move. I know some people swear by ones that rock or swing because they can put their baby in it to sleep, but I never really needed that because I used to baby wear. I would just pop my baby into my baby wearing and he would kind of like sleep on me in the early days. Just while we're on baby wearing, if you want to get a baby wearing wrap, I would just start with the newborn one, which is basically a long piece of material. I've got an Amma wrap and I will link a video down below all about baby wearing. But if you just get the first one, because even that is about £50, then you can see if you actually like baby wearing before getting like the next size up. Next up, I wanted to talk about the baby bag that I chose. This is the one that I'm using for my third son, Jackson. This is the Lassig bag. I found it on Amazon and I just love it. It has loads of compartments and it's really handy. Again, I did a video all about this bag, so I will link that down below if you want to know more. But when you're buying a nappy bag, I would just keep in mind to keep it quite unisex, because with my first son, I got a beautiful Cath Kidston nappy bag. But I kind of forgot that my husband would need to carry it sometimes, and it was all floral, so he didn't want to carry it. And my last big baby buy is to get yourself a good camera. Those little babies grow up so fast. I know it's a cliche, but it's so true. They change every single day, so take too many photos. And although you can get some really good ones and there are some good settings that you can put on your iPhone to get some good photos, I would recommend, if you have the budget, to get yourself a good point and shoot. I've got the Olympus pen here, and I actually even got a better lens for it, but this was quite pricey. A good Canon point and shoot is definitely worth getting, something like that just so you can record your baby, and then it's also worth backing your photos up to iCloud or to Dropbox or something like that, so you always have them. Right, so that is it for this video. I really hope you liked it. Please comment below if I have missed anything, because I feel like I might have missed something. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, everything will be linked in the description bar, and I'll see you in my next one.